it took Pam Bondi and the U.S. Department of Justice to step in and clear out the L.A. corridor there, the LA's Figueroa corridor. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, I will say, like, in fairness to the locals, I mean, I know we announced something about a year ago. We had the mayor and the then district attorney and the city attorney. So, I mean, we certainly had, the Los Angeles Police Department was certainly played a big role in this case and whatnot, and the DAs helped us. So I do want to give the locals their due.
Okay.
What we've done, though, one of the advantages of federal law versus state law is the penalties tend to be more severe in federal courts. There are things like mandatory minimums and whatnot that you just don't see in state court here in California. So basically, it's an unfortunate fact that for many, many years, the Figueroa corridor in South Los Angeles has been a haven for sex trafficking and prostitution and whatnot. And contrary to what, some people might describe prostitution as being a quote-unquote victimless crime, certainly what's outlined in this indictment here shows that that's anything but. So what is the indictment alleges is that there's the Hoover Criminal Street Gang, which is based in South LA, and that they've been running basically a racketeering conspiracy where they've sex trafficked children and adults through force, fraud, or coercion, and this includes runaways and children from the foster care system. And so they recruited victims through social media and even branded them with tattoos. So it's the takedown, which occurred on the morning of August 13th, was the first major takedown of a sex trafficking operation on the Figueroa corridor, which, as said before, is notorious for prostitution. Now, the defendants, there are 11 of them, are charged with various crimes. The main one is conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, or the RICO Act, or racketeering conspiracy. The lead defendant is 25-year-old Amaya Armstead, a.k.a. Lady Duck, of South Los Angeles, and she's the de facto leader of the 112 sect of the Hoover Criminal Street Gang, and she is accused of sex trafficking a 14-year-old girl. Now, it's, there are 11 defendants, or in total, there were 6 arrested on August 13th. I believe there was, several others in state custody and whatnot. So it's basically, what's alleged here is that over a period of about 4.5 years, this gang largely controlled sex trafficking and prostitution on the Figueroa corridor. They acted as pimps to promote and manage sex trafficking, facilitated each other's pimping by managing and monitoring the victims, pooling resources to rent several motel rooms for commercial sex dates, disciplining each other's victims, driving victims to and from the street where victims solicited commercial sex work, sourcing third parties to create online profiles for sex advertisements, and then sending each other money via Cash App and Apple Pay. You can see with the allegations. I don't think I need to go too in depth. They're pretty awful. Including the sex trafficking of a 14-year-old girl at a place called the Stadium Inn, which is a South Los Angeles motel. And, we have a victim who was sex trafficked. She was 14 for at least for 3 consecutive days, for, sex buyers. So this is all, it's all, very tragic. It's very, the crimes are just awful. And, so.
All right, let's talk about the leader here, Amaya Armstead. She's 25. She's known as Lady Duck. This is the leader of this gang, you're saying. How did someone like this, you would figure she wouldn't, she's a woman, she wouldn't do something like this. What do we know about her?
Well, as you said, I mean, we're basically what's alleged, and once again, everybody's pleaded not guilty,
okay.
And there's an October 7th trial date. But basically, she's the de facto leader of this particular set of this gang, and that that basically, she's a there are women out there. I know we mostly associate pimps with being men, but there are women out there who do that, and they are out there to, profit off the misery of others, and so we certainly what she's charged with doing is no different. Whether it's applying victims with drugs, with branding victims.
So she particularly this Lady Duck, this leader of here, this Miss Armistead, she is actually accused. It's in the indictment that she was branding her name on some of these women.
Yes.
Absolutely disgusting. Eric Brenner here, Breaking News, Los Angeles. We're joined by Ciaran McEvoy from the U.S. District Attorney's Office, kind enough to join us about this sex trafficking indictment here in Los Angeles. It got very little attention nationally. Locally, it was covered. But we have sex trafficking of minors and young women along LA's Figueroa corridor. Now, some of the media afterwards, they were, cheering this, of course, and everybody should be cheering an operation like this. But they were also making comments, Ciaran, that now there's the community's safe over there. There is no more prostitution in the Figueroa corridor. Is that true today?
I haven't heard anybody say that, so I don't know. I can't really comment on that. I can just say it's, it is an ongoing case, an ongoing investigation, and, we'll go where the evidence takes us. And, it's, once again, it was one takedown. It's one case. I don't think anybody in law enforcement has think that, for something that's gone on for years and years that, one indictment necessarily or one case is going to, we would certainly like it to cure all the problems going on over there in terms of sex trafficking and the like. And I'm sure that the residents, people who live in that area would very much like it, but it's going to be an ongoing matter, not just in this case, but in the future. And it's something that law enforcement is focused on, and I think we're realistic about what we're up against.
But these guys, the part of the Hoover Street gang, they controlled that area for quite a while, and the question remains: why didn't local authorities in LA take these guys down? Why did it take Pam Bondi in the U.S. Attorney's Office to step in? Were they actually partners in this, Ciaran? Do you know?
They meaning
the LAPD and maybe the LA Sheriff's Department, or was this strictly a federal operation?
No, it was a joint federal and local operation.
Okay.
There's Homeland Security investigations. They, HSI, we hear a lot about them in terms of immigration stuff, but they do a lot of, combating of sex trafficking and sex crimes and stuff. So HSI certainly led on this one, IRS
Okay.
criminal investigation.
Okay.
The LAPD, and investigators with our office certainly investigated that. And then we had, support from, the California Highway Patrol and some state agencies, not only in California, but, in Nebraska as well.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And this, and the investigation, as you said, the criminal activity went on for several years. I know we announced a, Figueroa human trafficking initiative about a year ago. So it's, it's certainly, it started before the current administration. It has certainly continued under the current administration. I think, despite our, the very hyper partisan atmosphere that we see, I think that combating sex trafficking is certainly a bipartisan issue. And, this is certainly under Attorney General Bondi's leadership. She's helping to make Los Angeles safer by, arresting these prolific gang members who traffic young women and children for sex.
We want her to keep it up. We really do. This is a tremendous takedown. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I'm just saying to know that we have an attorney general who's serious about combating violent crime like this. We're just blown away with what is alleged in this indictment, Ciaran. I'm looking at some of these defendants. One of them, Mr. Harris, is 19 years old. 19 years
Yes.
old. I mean, these are very serious crimes here that these defendants are indicted on. Have you heard anything about what they're alleged? They're just saying they've pleaded not guilty, so they're going to fight this. They haven't reached out for a plea deal. None of them.
I mean, I can't comment on
Okay.
who has or has not reached out for like plea deals and stuff, but it's the early stages of the case, and there is an October 7th trial date. I mean, the defendants are facing a 15-year mandatory minimum and a possible life sentence.
Tremendous.
So, that maybe some will be inclined to strike a deal, and some will be inclined to fight. But we'll be here regardless.
All right, we're waiting for one of them to rat out the other one and turn evidence against them. That might happen in something like this with the mandatory minimums that they're facing. Ciaran McEvoy from the U.S. Attorney's Office here in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us here on Breaking News Los Angeles.
Anytime. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, friend. There you have it. One of the people fighting these disgraceful criminals, these disgusting degenerates who are sex trafficking women on the streets of Los Angeles, in the Figueroa corridor. Ciaran McEvoy, the spokesperson there, told us exactly what's going on. These people are facing some very serious federal charges. These members of the Hoover Street Gang, the leader, Amaya Armstead, she's 25 years old, aka Lady Duck. She's out of South LA, and she's the case's lead defendant and the de facto leader of the 12 set of the Hoover criminal gang, all accused of sex trafficking. It's hard to even say. I'm sorry. 14-year-old girl. Eric Brenner, Breaking News, Los Angeles. We're going to stay on this story. We have in October, I believe Ciaran told us, October 10th, trial set here in Los Angeles, and we're going to stick with it. Stay tuned for updates on this story and other breaking news. I'm Eric Brenner, Breaking News Los Angeles. See you next time.